Alright, morning routine number 3. I want to keep this a little short, but there's a couple things that I want to add on top of that. I'm just gonna walk through the HQ here a little bit. Now, first and foremost, do the most difficult task that you have to do right off the bat. Don't say, I'm gonna check my emails first, I'm gonna check that first. Do the most difficult task in the morning. Why? Because of 2 reasons. Number 1, otherwise you continuously procrastinate, because we have the tendency that we procrastinate on the most difficult task the moment we can. And number 2, it will take you much likely less effort and less time that you think. So you get up in the morning, boom, 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 most difficult task, an hour or 2 later you're done, and you're like, this is amazing, I got so much shit done already, I feel really fucking good. So again, do the most difficult task in the morning, because scientifically our willpower is the highest in the morning. The other thing here is, get a standing desk. If you're into fitness, if you're into having a good posture, I've been to the doctor. I had a really bad posture. Actually, I had a gym injury due to my extremely bad posture, because usually the way I work is like, I sit literally like this. Literally the worst posture I could ever have. So the first thing that I did after I visited the doctor was getting this standing desk. As you can see, I can stand here. Later on, I'm going to get a monitor right here, so I don't have to look down as much. And it's all perfect. I can have the laptop down here with the keyboard, so I have my hands conveniently in a perfect angle here, and the monitor up here. Get a standing desk. It also keeps you focused. It's incredible. When I'm studying Russian, by the way. This might be interesting if you're a student. I love the pacing up and down. I'm looking at a word, okay, what's that word? Bam, bam, bam. I have the beautiful view over Kiev right here. These shades can be opened. You want to have it bright. You want to have an inspiring view if you can. You can use a poster of Bruce Lee instead, whoever motivates you, right? So it's a bright working space here. And again, standing desk and all this is really, really good. It helps you move a little bit around, stay awake, and also you burn fuck tons of calories, FYI. And the last thing is, not even the last thing, one of the last things is fasting. I'm not a big fan of eating breakfast right away in the morning. I'm a huge believer in fasting. Skip breakfast. Don't eat right away, because if you eat, a lot of your energy and blood flows into your digestive system, and you don't have that blood up there, which is where you need it. So, you know, it all depends on your daily morning ritual. If you have to go right away to work, and otherwise you won't be able to have any food until like 1 p.m. or whatever. But try to experiment around with fasting if you can. Fasting basically means prolong the breakfast a little bit. Skip breakfast at all. There's great videos out there on YouTube that I recommend you. I'm not a fitness expert, which is why I feel unqualified to give you a lot of info about that. However, fasting helps you a lot when it comes to productivity, because you're just straight to the hustle. You have your morning drink, that wakes you up a little bit. Many times you're not hungry in the morning anyway, and then you just prolong breakfast. Right now, I'm fasting in the evenings, which means I do have breakfast, I do have lunch, but no dinner. But even there, I prolong the breakfast at least an hour or 2 into my morning routine, so I can get the most important stuff done before that. I also want to mention meditation here, because some people say, okay, meditation in the morning routine is great. I agree, it can be very, very great. For me personally, it's a little bit of a momentum stun. It stuns the momentum. Usually I'm like ready to go. I start thinking, I start plotting and scheming for my brand and everything. And then when I meditate, I can't really focus on relaxing and letting go, because I have all these ideas. I'm like, fuck it, I just want to get to the fucking grind. So honestly, for me personally, but this is again personal preference, the best thing is meditating in the evenings before I go to bed. And that's the thing that we were going to talk about in the next video. For now, I want you to do the following. Call to action here. Create a morning routine that you can go through every fucking day. Feel free to experiment around with it. Feel free to add new things, or like go over a couple things over a couple days. But I want you to create a morning routine. Then obviously put it at the end in your notepad file on the phone, or in your written notepad, whatever the fuck it is, because we want to see that morning routine. We want you to establish that morning routine. If you already have one, that's great. Post that shit, a screenshot, or write it out in the Advanced Mentoring Program group, Facebook group, so my coaches and I can have a look at it. Would love to know. That's your call to action. Obviously, I will summarize it at the end as well. Let's get to the next video, which will be dealing with sleep. Pretty interesting, so I'll see you there.